All right. Let me see if this is working here. Hey, there I am. So today, I don't have Roxy. But what I do have is the desire to make my life easier up here. So I don't have to push all these buttons. And I'm going to try to take these buttons and make myself like a HUD menu that I can use. So it's going to kind of be like the selling system I put together for the Misty Mountain. So I don't know how exciting it'll be. It's kind of like a back-end thing. And that's what I'm going to work on today because it'll really help me with when I'm putting on the show and I don't have to like run all over and try to figure out where buttons are and push them. So what do the buttons do again? They teleport players around where I want them. The players I'm talking about are the people interacting with the show. So 4 artists, 4 models, potentially, and 3 judges at the most. So there's buttons to put, and by button I mean a whole system built around that I built. It's in an earlier stream. But the button starts the system, and we have buttons that teleport the judge to the catwalk for their introduction. And then we teleport them to their chair if we need to. So buttons to put them there, and then put them on the catwalk for the winner celebration. Do I need all that stuff nowadays? I'm not sure. I do. I am allowing the judges to get back up to their chairs and come down and ask questions in the show if they would like. And hopefully we can figure out a system to make all that happen. Maybe use the in-game chat or potentially use the stream. I have the artists where they get teleported to their spot. They can be their own model, so they get teleported to the catwalk. They get teleported back to here after, and then we decided this is the winner circle. So they can also get teleported right here if they're the winner for the final celebration. All right, cool. So, and then the models. And the models can get teleported here and then over into what we are calling the VIP section, but I don't think it's really the VIP section yet. I also have buttons over here that tell me how many judges are going to be participating. So 1 judge, 2 judge, or 3 judges. And then we have a button to start the vote. And we have a button to reset the vote. That's how the system works right now. We also have buttons to control the weather. A couple weathers. Just give me 1 second here. And lastly, we're going to have buttons. Well, not lastly, there could be buttons for more things, but we also have buttons for the songs that are on the map. And all these songs fade in, and this button here makes all of the songs fade out, so fade out to no songs. So there's a lot of buttons, and I want to incorporate them into the HUD. Play game for fun in the house. What are they gonna call you? Or they. I call my translating whispering thing a they. Play game for fun. Hey, there it is. I'm doing excellent. Thanks for asking. My coffee mug's in my camera. I hope you're doing amazing. Play game for fun. Thanks for dropping in. Hoodlum, thank you for being here. So, what does this mean? This means we're going to be doing lots and lots and lots and lots of rules. Basically all rules. Let's just give myself a new category called Admin HUD. Controller. Okay. If I click on that and I add a new board, it'll go right in there. And admin HUD controller 0, I guess. I'm not really sure what to name things nowadays. I never am. But so to become admin, there's a special entrance that you have to take. And this will be here, which one has a password that I can always change, and the other one is trying to check an NFT sensor, but it doesn't seem like the NFT sensor is working. It seems to just let everybody off. You have a full day off today, play game for fun? That's amazing. GG's. So the success message is admin.teleport.1. Success is admin.teleport.1. And the fail could be admin.teleport.fail. Failed. Try to use the same words they use. Failure. Show the failed UI. It's always nice. Haven't seen the failed UI yet, though. Admin teleport failed. But for now, let's just use admin teleport 1. So we will give access to a HUD if we get that message. Admin teleport 1. And I'm gonna make a new HUD. Renamed. Admin HUD controller 0. And so let's edit this. So what kind of HUD am I going to want as the admin here? So I just need values and numbers. So if I want something to control where people teleport, let's say I use my middle mouse button to teleport people around. And I need to know, first I need to know who I'm teleporting. So let's call this one teleport who. Teleport who. These are all going to have to be, I'm going to have to make some new variables here. So they can be they're going to be numbers, but I don't want to have to remember what the number is. I want a textual translation. So there's going to be 2 variables for each thing. One text and the other integer. So this is going to be a global variable called teleport who text. Teleport who text. And then the next one would be like teleport where. Same thing. There are going to be 2 variables for each of these, but we'll make the text one now so I can make the HUD. Teleport where text. So those are the only 2 things I need to know for teleporting, I think. Who am I teleporting? Where am I teleporting them to? That's it, right? I think so. So let's go back into the game rules. And now I can say that this is the HUD that we're working with here. So I mentioned that I want middle mouse to be the thing that teleports people. So let's grab the mouse input. And when we get admin teleport 1, we're going to go ahead and take the middle mouse button. I don't know. Message down. Admin. Middle mouse. Admin middle mouse check, just to try to make it shorter. Admin middle mouse check. Unbind message. I don't know. Let's not worry about unbinding it right now. We can unbind it with the clean for now. That's probably the message. So I'm also going to want access to the numbers on my keyboard, like 1 to 0. GameMaker allows you to get access to left click, right click, middle mouse, and then 1 through 0 on your keyboard. So I'm going to use 1 through 0 on my keyboard to manipulate my HUD controller. So I also, the same message, I can go ahead and do left and right click too, because I have ideas for that stuff as well. And then, what else? Key input. So right now we have access to 0 through 9. So admin.teleport.1. This is admin HUD controller. This would be like admin music controller. Admin teleport controller. Nazman, what's up? And Asman. Naz Man. Nazman. I'll learn how to add stuff into a language model someday for all of my people that drop into chat. My peeps. It's good to see you, Nazman. I appreciate you for dropping into chat. I hope you're having a good day. So let's start with 1. And so for this, we'll say like admin.1.check. I think. No, maybe just admin.1. It's just like a driver. It doesn't need to check anything. Admin.1. And then we'll put this cleaner on. Let me get a save in here. Yeah, it's spot on. It's really good. Okay. So that will take it off of you, if in case I want to or need to. And let's just give me access to everything while we're at it. We're building a HUD controller system so that when we're having the fashion show, I'll be able to make things happen, like the teleports and the music, make all that stuff happen without having to run around and push buttons. I'll just be able to do it in the HUD. So I'll just be able to stand in place and it'll be much more pleasant. That's what we're working on today. And it's kind of like the system that was in the Misty Mountain when you wanted to sell individual resources. It's kind of like that system. Like the ATMs, where you would buy pickaxe health by picking an individual pick, or where you would sell your resources, whether it be from coal all the way to red diamond. Okay. So now I have all of the buttons. I have access to all of the buttons at the time that I get teleported to my admin section. So now what do these buttons do, and what variables do we need to interact with? I created the teleport who text and the teleport where text. So let's create a global integer called teleport who integer. And teleport where integer. I'm just thinking if I should do any of this in Logic Board Pro. You're feeling a little sick? That sucks. I'm glad you're feeling better. I don't get sick that often, but I do get headaches sometimes. They're no fun. So these messages with 1 through 0 are going to drive the HUD. These are basically going to, when you push these buttons, it's going to create a loop. And then we're going to read the variable and just like basically it's going to load up a situation where if I push a button on the mouse, it'll send the proper message. So how do you do that? with math. Mathematical. So let's look at this variable first. This teleport who integer. It's going to be start at 0. So also, since it's going to start at 0, we can say teleport who text. Let's have it start at nobody or none. I don't know what's the right word. Nobody. Oh, the text. To nowhere. Teleport nobody to nowhere. But when you get admin.1, we're going to go ahead and add 1 to the teleport who integer. And then we'll say admin.1.check. Should use compare, but I've always just used check just to use the same words. But then we're going to use compare a number. So if I just go like .1.check, luckily popped up first. And then we're going to be checking our teleport who integer. Ooh, ouch. Sorry about that. Admin.1.1. Let's do that. Because we're checking the reason the first one is 1 is because I'm pressing 1. And then the second one is because this variable is equal to 1. And then we just have to do the rest of the ones that I want. So 1 will be judge 1. I'll do the messages in a second. 2, judge 2. 3, judge 3. 4, judge, or not judge 4, artist 1. Artist 2. Artist 3. Artist 4. Model 1. Model 2. Model 3. Model 4 should stop at 11, I think. And when you get to 12, that's when we're going to do like admin.1.reset. Because we've hit the end of the line, we need to go back to 0. So I like to use math rules for things because you can send a message afterwards and keep it attached to that person's like player identity. It's very nice. So instead of like setting this number to 0, I'm going to just use some math how to compare. So let me go over to the beginning of this. We're going to duplicate. Should put a math rule at the end with some stuff already filled out for us. So let me see. Then you can take this integer and you can multiply it by 0. admin.1.reset. I don't know if I need to send a message right now. I do, probably, because I'm going to have to set... I don't have to worry about people mashing things and breaking things, because I'm going to be using it too much. Let's just leave that there for now. We're at a pretty good spot. So why did I also create a text variable? So I don't have to remember what numbers is like to which person. So we get these messages out, and we can go into the rules and replace a variable value with a text value. So let's keep these close like this for now while we're building. So we have this message down here, admin.1.1. I'm just gonna copy this part, .1.1. And then we grab the teleport who text. And so if we get this message here, then we're going to be, this part's going to be ready to teleport judge 1. I'll just use numbers. So I didn't change these messages, which I'll change on the fly now, as we create the text portion of the HUD controller. So that will be judge 2. One dot 3, judge 3, and then this will be the message that'll come out will be that. We just go through everybody. So there's only 3 judges. Dot 4. So instead of judge 4, we're going to go artist 1. That's 4. Artist 2. Admin 1.5. Admin 1.6. Admin 1.7. Admin 1.8. All the way to 11. Thanks for hanging out, Nasman. Hope you have a good meeting. Oops, I duplicated one. This is 11. This should be 10. 9. That one just didn't get used. Artist 2. Artist 3. Artist 4. Model 1. Model 2. Model 3. Model 4. And then when it gets reset, .1.reset, we're back to nobody. You could just go back to 1, but I want to add a nobody in there. You could just go back to 1 and get primed up to send judge 1 and skip the 0, but I want to add a 0. Okay, so we've got the who figured out. Now we need to figure out the where. So I'm going to duplicate this whole this whole section of rules here. Bring it below. This is the part where Logic Board Pro probably is really good, I think. So let's do that. Let's just delete this. This is the part where I like to incorporate Logic Board Pro normally into my work. So let's see here. Maybe if I get rid of my audio there, I can add another window capture, right? Let's add Chrome browser capture. Try to grab Chrome. There I go. That one's not catching the audio, so I can leave that one on. All right, so this is where I really like to use Logic Board Pro. Let's go ahead and grab this set of rules here. Copy. There's this. And then we're going to paste that in. So as long as you have inspector turned on up here, when you click on a rule, this thing on the right will pop up. And it makes it really easy to change all of the messages really quickly. I will need to go back and just change the variable because I forgot to, you know, adding a variable in here and then making sure it doesn't duplicate on the way back in can be troublesome. I just want to strictly use this to get my other messages quickly. So I know that 1 is going to be who I teleport, and I know that 2 is going to be where I teleport them to. So let's put the 2 together here. So I can go 2 and then change this to. This variable isn't correct, but I don't want to add the variable in here and then try to make it not duplicate on the way back in. So we'll change the variable when we get back into GameMaker. And so this is how I save myself a lot of time. by changing the messages here like this. I don't need all these locations now that I'm thinking about it. I'm only going to need it's kind of tricky because not everybody teleports to the same spots. Hmm. Let's just give me access to all this stuff. I'll get it figured out as we build it. So we'll have to play around where this system loops around at the end. Okay, so I got all the new messages. And I just want to grab the rules. I'll copy them. Go back in here. And there we have all the rules. From Logic Board Pro back in. Let's see if it duplicated any variables. Nope. Looks like it did good. But we do need to change these variables. Teleport where integer? The teleport where integer. And just do that. Now, I'm not going to need all of these places. So let's just stop there for now. I think, judges and artists have the same places they can be teleported to. Same amount of places. So when I check a system, it's going to have to check each unique scenario every time. So a judge has this 1, 2, 3. Artists 1, 2, 3. Models 1, 2. I can't remember if I send models to the winner circle. Oh, I do. So they all have 3. Okay, good. So I'm thinking about the text. They all have 3. Then there's the starting area. There's your starting area, your model, start, model, win. Starting, your start area, your model area, and your winning area. And I can set up everybody's the same way. Models don't start in an area, so I can say that I want to send them to model, and then their start area is the VIP section, and that actually is their start area too. So if I need to get a model to like a special section, that's over here, that's their starting area as well. Cool. So I don't need a thing that loops at like after 11. I need something that loops after 3. There's 3 spots you can be teleported. Which makes this a lot easier. So 1, 2, 3. Delete, delete, delete. Teleport where integer. So now we need to do the text. So let's say I duplicate that one, which puts it all the way at the end. Teleport where? Starting area. The modeling. We'll just say catwalk. Say start zone. Catwalk. Start zone. Catwalk. And winner zone. And that comes off of those 3 messages, and also nowhere. Oops, I do have to do 4. So if it's equal to 4, that means we're going to do admin.to.reset, which goes up here. I always forget to turn this on, but this could be helpful while I'm on stream to connect things. These are still pointing up here because I haven't changed the messages yet. So like admin.to.1 right here. And then we have admin.to.2. Admin.2.3. Whoops, I have an M. No, there's not 2.4, it's .2.reset. Even help me, I guess. Okay, so we figured out the integers and the text around who we're going to teleport. We figured out the integers and the text around where we're going to teleport. At the beginning I mentioned we're going to use middle mouse to execute the teleports. So how do we do that? So at the top here, I'm going to turn this off for a minute. Should probably make a new board. At the top here I gave access to middle mouse as well as those buttons that we are working with. Admin 1 and 2, that's where that comes from. First one we did was this middle mouse, and now we're going to come back and use this admin middle mouse check. I'm going to try to finish that on this rule page, and then we'll make a new rule page. So the HUD's all done. Now we just need to try to execute it. How are we going to do that? We're going to do a compare. We're going to build a system around comparing numbers. So admin.middle mouse check is first thing it needs to do is check who. If it's equal to 1, then we're going to go check the second one. How should we do this? Admin. Well, let's actually start at 0, since I'm doing 0 as an option. Admin.mm.0. Which is not going to do anything. So I could give myself like a banner that says nobody is selected. I'm not going to give myself a banner, but just you could if you wanted to. Then we're going to say if it's equal to 1, then we'll say admin.middlemouse.1 equal to 2. Admin.middlemouse.2 and this is going to go all the way up to 11. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's just go ahead and grab this. Go into... Welcome back, Nazman. Go into here and change the things this way because it's so much faster. 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Especially when you get in the groove. You got a lot to do of them. This is an amazing tool. Sometimes it's just when new things are around, it takes a while to figure out how they fit in your flow of things. But I do love this for this option right here. This is amazing. Oh, that's where I'm getting messed up. Got a little ahead of myself. 10, 11. Alright. So now I can bring these back in. Just grab the rules. Let's delete that. Just paint in the new ones. It's begging for a new board. It's like, just make a new board, please. It's going to be a lot of logic here. I probably should have just started a new board for this part. That's what I'll do. So actually, let's get rid of that. And let's add a new board to this folder here. Oh, no. Why do you do such things to me? I have to remember to show GameMaker. GameMaker crashed. Have to see where I'm at. Put a new board in here. Just, whoops, CC. Middle mouse. Alright, so now I can paste that set of rules in here. So zero's not going to check anything. This is where all of the messages are going to come from. There needs to be a sequence of events that create all of these messages to happen. So you look at all these buttons. Judge to the booth. These are confusing. Let me see here. Let me see if I can do some organizing quick. I just completely lose them looking into the water. It's like they might as... Do they disappear? Might as well disappear. If they go in the water, they just vanish. Makes it super difficult to see what's going on. Teleport Judge 3 to the catwalk. So this is the judging buttons. 9 places that can be teleported to. Let's go ahead and give visibility to these things right now. And I'll go ahead and move things over to this side as we get them figured out. While I'm testing, maybe I'm going to add speakers onto them too, so when they get used, I can let me see here. Teleports to specific tags within range. Logic admin. Let's just spend Judge 3 to the winners. Okay, so I can put a speaker on each one. And we can send messages to specific tags out of the rules, that's no problem. So that'll be good. Let me see here. This is a pretty big project here. I'm going to take just a quick break, and I will be right back. All right. I've made it back. So that's artist one. That's artist one. Artist one winner. That's why it's so confusing. What are these then? Oh yeah, duh. There's 4 artists. Okay, perfect. So making a lot more sense now when you look at it like that. Okay, so you've got the judges, the artists, and the models. That's what we're working on right now. That's how many messages we will be sending out. And we have to make sure that we send it to logic.admin. I should just save since I moved all those things around. I don't want to move them around again. Translation is perfect. It doesn't seem to quite add stuff into the long-term one quick enough. Like keeps some in the background too long sometimes if I don't talk. I'll have to try to figure that out. So these numbers are checking if it's Judge 1, Judge 2, Judge 3, and so on. So if it's Judge 1, there's 3 messages that are for Judge 1. So we'll need to figure those out. Whoops, not true, false. So after we check the who, and it was equal to 1. So we get that one. Now it's time to check the where integer. Can be equal to 0. That would give me a banner that says nowhere selected. I just want to be able to set it to 0. Whoops, it's not like that. It's not like that. admin.mm.1.0. I want to have a way to be able to set it to 0 in case I push middle mouse button on accident at some point, and I don't want it to work on some random person that I had set from earlier. So I want to be able to turn it off. admin.mm.1. Copy that part. 1.1. And this one goes up to 3. So actually, it's not going to send this message. Actually, yes, it is. It is. Just kidding. If it's equal to 2, then we can say admin.middlemouse.1.2. admin.middlemouse.1.3. And that's it. So this also needs to send some messages afterwards. So event, send message. I'm going to send to specific tags. That was logic.admin, I think. Logic.admin. And it's talking to these guys. Logic.admin. So I just want them all to be connected, so I'm putting them over here, but so this message is going to come over here to this one. Middle mouse dot 1.1. So what even is this message? One to the catwalk. One to the booth. One to the winner. So judges do actually start on the catwalk. This message here is what I need. Admin teleport judge 1 catwalk. So admin.teleport.judge .1.catwalk, talking to that. Duplicate mm.1.2. What? mm.1.2. So this would be teleport.judge.1. He can go to the catwalk. I should probably put their start on the, just to keep it better in my head. Let's think here. Teleport.judge.1.booth. One winner. Where's the booth? Must have been before I added booth, or I didn't add booth to these ones. So there's no dot. Teleport judge 1. Okay. So this is the booth, the starting. This one's going to be called models. So we'll say judge 1.catwalk. And 1.3. Admin middle mouse 1.3. Judge.1. Winners. I think that's pretty much it, and a good place for us to test for the first ones. Let's go ahead and add some speakers to here, just for testing. So this one is set up for the catwalk. Judge 1, catwalk. Wait for message. Teleport.judge.1.catwalk. That's it. Look at target. No. Stop. Judge 1 booth, I think. This one's waiting for teleport judge dot just 1, I think. Okay, and then look at target. Off. Text to display. Judge 1 winners. Message required. Teleport. Admin.teleport.judge.1.winners. Alright, I haven't tested once since the beginning. What are the odds that it'll work? So, I'm supposed to get a HUD when I go into the super secret admin control area. Which I did. Teleport nobody to nowhere. If I push 1, Judge 1, Judge 2, Judge 3, Artist 1, Artist 3, models. Back to nobody. Mash on it. That is working. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can see and text without having to remember what number it is. The only thing I have set up to test right now is Judge 1. Teleport where? So if I push 2, that's not working. Two isn't working yet. Also, this isn't going to work because it doesn't have the tag on it. Alright, let's give it a quick save before we figure out what went wrong. So pushing 1 worked perfectly. Pushing 2 did not. When I push 2, it's supposed to change to where I teleport, the destination. It's supposed to set up the destination of the teleport. So when you go up here, I got access to my HUD, which was amazing. I got access to 1 for sure. Admin teleport 2. I should have access to 2 as well. And admin 2 is coming out of here. Okay. Admin to where integer. I didn't make the text variables, so it didn't work. Wait, I think this was before the save, and I thought I was already done with it. Yeah. Because I have to go to this for the reset. When it's equal to 4, admin.2.reset. 2.reset the where integer. The where integer. 2.reset. And then let's go ahead and grab the last one out of here. Admin.2.1. Whoops, I did it again. Admin.2.1, this is going to be the where. So, start zone. Catwalk zone. Winner zone. Admin.2.2. Admin.2.3. Admin.2.reset. Nobody to nowhere. Okay. All right, we'll hop in. Give myself access to the HUD. Whoops. Must have hit both of them. Nobody to nowhere. Start zone, catwalk zone, winter zone, nowhere. Okay, perfect. So now I will have control once all the messages are plugged in. But let's see. Judge 1 to the start zone. Middle mouse button. The Judge 1 boot. I want to teleport Judge 1 to the catwalk zone. I want to teleport Judge 1 to the winter zone. Okay, so... should work. Let me just become Judge 1. I had a bunch of teleports locked in that hadn't worked yet. Makes sense, makes sense. It's not time to vote. Oh, so I lose access to my buttons when so I'm trying to vote now because I'm a judge, so I'm actually going to lose access. I think you're actually stuck in here. I don't think you can slash respawn, but I can fly away. Meow. It's not deleting that. I'm actually running around up there. It's kind of a way to like break the game. Or break this so you can actually like see your character while you're doing the drone shot. It's kind of goofy. If you teleport them when you're in this mode, then you get access to them sprinting around, which would be cool to make videos. It's pretty neat. Like, for instance, I could... It's kind of hard to get set up, but... So why wasn't that thing getting deleted, though? Have to check back into my teleport logic to make sure it's optimized. Let's become the judge first, and then become the admin. Judge 1 to the start zone. Boom. Judge 1 to the catwalk zone. Oh yeah, it's so nice. Judge 1 to nowhere doesn't work. Start zone. Catwalk zone. Winter zone. Nowhere. Start zone. It's working. I just gotta go through and do the messages for everybody else. So I need to create probably a failsafe button to get rid of all the unused spawners. If like somebody like gets logged out, for example, or something, or like they get kicked, I mean, and then they have to come back and be an artist or a judge or a model or something, and maybe one of these teleporters is still out there and it's breaking the game. Probably gonna need some sort of like fail-safe thing to be able to delete them all. So let's see here. Judge, booth, teleport, TV1. There was a lot of stuff at the beginning of this journey, setting up all these. Okay, let's see. So there's Judge, Booth 1, Judge, Catwalk 1, Judge, Winner 1. Enter, kill, Catwalk. It's the same for all of them, I remember. Enter, kill, Judge 1. Enter, kill, Winner. I might need to clean up the presets a little bit. I'm not worried about it right now, though. So that means when you go up here, the trigger volume, it's going to see you. And this is the message that's coming out and killing that plant, which is also activating the teleport. This one, every avatar in range. This is what kills that, so anybody can kill anybody else's teleport. It shouldn't be much of a problem. It's where these messages are supposed to, after the teleport, it's supposed to go back and kill it. I'm just not sure why I kept on teleporting to the winners, because I should have killed it. Unless it just got bugged a little bit. We send everybody in individually, but then the same message goes out to kill them all. Out of all of these asset spawners. It's working so far pretty good, so I'm not going to mess with it quite yet. But if we ever have any problems, I'll just have to mess with it a little bit. What happened here? I think it might have froze. Okay, cool. We got a great start on that. It worked great. We went through how to set up a HUD controller from square one all the way to the end under 2 hours. It's just not moving. Can I save it here and get out? Actually, maybe if I just tab in and tab out, I'll be able to move again. No. I'm not sure what I did there. Pretty close to 2 hours, and I'm 2 hours stream, and I am curious if the stream's gonna crash with my new computer or not. Why can't I move anymore? Did I break my game? What the heck is happening? What setting did I accidentally turn on? Luckily, I did not break it. That's good. So these are all the buttons that I would have to run around and press, and now they're going to be contained in 2 HUD spots. With the combinations of 2 integers, we're going to make all of these messages happen. Let's see if I can use Logic Board Pro to help. So these are all the messages that are going to come out here. We have that done already. And these are what we have to make a bunch of times, where all the different messages are. So let's bring in Logic Board Pro, and hopefully this time I remember to make it invisible. So what is this one? Right there, boom, still up, great. I don't need you anymore. So let's go ahead, and all of these are going to be the same where. It's the same variable, that's good. That makes it easier. And then we'll paste this in here. So we're going to change the top now. So this one's for the 2. So we're going to use our inspector. So we can easily change the top message here. Just going to go across and change the top. Whoops. This will be 2. This will be 2. 2. Now we're going to go 2. 2. 2. 2. I'll be you, but to you, chew, see you. Pretty funny sometimes. I don't know if there's a different language model I can pick. Did it just stop working completely? Kind of. Okay, so here's all the new messages. Don't need to change anything else other than these ones. So it'd be like probably teleport judge 2. Judge 2 to the catwalk. I got in a little too close here. 2 to the winners. And that's it. So on and so forth. Just duplicate that. I'm actually just going to take these rules out of their things so I can copy them easier and go back in. They're containers. Just zoom out so I don't try to edit it in there. I'll just use this. So then we're going to be on to 3. Let's at least do the judges. Let's at least get the judges done. We're on to 3. So there's 3 different places. Whoops, that's not the right one. The heck? So there's 3 different places that judge 3 can be sent. Okay. Make sure I didn't mess anything up. Have to make that invisible to get back to GameMaker. And here we should have the next 2. Boom. All right. So I just need to do that 8 more times. I'm going to get rid of these speakers so I don't need them anymore. I'm going to make all these invisible since I know I have them done. Let's give it a save. Just going to test them out one by one as I get them done to make sure they work. So I figured out if I go into the judge room first and then overwrite stuff with the admin, I can test it out. So it'll become judge 2. Now, I want to try to teleport judge 2 to their starting zone. Whoops. That did work, but why does it work on left click? They're probably all doing the same thing right now. Right click, left click, and middle mouse all do the same thing right now. Okay, so judge 2 to the catwalk. And Judge 2 to the winners area. Great job, great job, great job. What is going on right now? Is it because... I'm so confused. All that stuff is with logic donuts, so I can't see what's happening ever. But basically there is still the, a trigger volume there that's not dying. For some reason. That I haven't wrapped my head around yet. Judge 3. So let's teleport Judge 3 to the starting zone. Woo, 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 woo. So that should kill that. But it doesn't. It seems to still be there. Judge 3 to the catwalk zone. Judge 3 to the winner zone. Let's give me all the kill messages when I push 0. Let's go back into the admin HUD controller. We'll give it one more little system in here. Whoops. We'll give it one more system where if I push 0, it'll try to kill all the teleport plants out there. So admin 0. So I want some rules. I want to send messages. Do these have specific tags? I want to say they don't. Presets. So artist booth. We're working on the judges right now. Judge booth teleport 1. Judge catwalk teleport 1. Judge winner teleport 1. No tags. So admin dot zero. Enter kill judge 1. Enter kill judge 2. Enter kill judge 3. Whoops. And then there are catwalks. Which should be the same for everybody. And then you would just have to keep doing this for the artists. So like enter dot kill dot artist dot. Where's the first one? What's the first artist? Getting close to stream crash time. I wonder if it's gonna happen. If it does, that's just gonna be the stream. I won't be coming back. So I appreciate everybody hanging out today. I really appreciate you. You're awesome. I had fun today getting back into doing pure logic. Enter kill teleport 1 is what I used for the artist one. Just do these now while I'm thinking about it, otherwise I'm going to forget. And not know why it's not working in the future. The models don't need anything. Let's see if I can fix it now by just deleting them myself.